What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Young Miami. She is part of the City Girls rap group, all right, the rap twosome. And she tweeted something that caught my attention, all right? And she tweeted and she said that gotta argue with him. N-words love a toxic B. And I'm keeping it PG. And she basically is saying that women have to argue with a dude because these guys like toxic women. Only weak beta males who have feminine energy, who are fatherless, who have nothing going on in their life, those are the type of guys that like to argue with women. I'm not going to sit there and argue with women. I don't have time to argue with a woman. Now again, if you're a young guy and you're wayward and you and your girlfriend, you're having issues with your girlfriend, you know, you may have a back and forth. But when you are an adult, when you're in your mid to late 20s, early 30s, you need to stop that immediately. The fact that she's proud of it and she had like a heart emojis, the kissy heart face emoji at the end of it just shows you what type of males she's getting with, because she's not getting with men. Okay, a man is going to shut that down. A man is not going to want to argue with his girlfriend because his girlfriend knows that if she keeps that up, he's not going to deal with her anymore. But the problem is, you males get with these females and you act like that's the only woman on the planet that's ever going to deal with you. So you hold on to her despite the fact that she's giving you constant problems, despite the fact that she's argumentative, despite the fact that you don't know what a healthy relationship is. Because if you look at the comment thread, and I'll put a link to the Twitter thread, y'all can go and check it out. You have a lot of people co-signing her, a lot of females. You had dudes that was like, nah, we don't want to be argumentative. We're not trying to, we don't have the energy for that. Only dudes that ain't got no job, only dudes that ain't got nothing but time on their hands want to sit up there and argue with their girlfriend. Probably because she's either on social media flirting with somebody, or he's seen her flirting with somebody, or he think she's flirting with somebody. But no guy in his right mind is sitting around every day looking for reasons to be with a woman who wants to argue with him. And no woman worth anything wants to be in a relationship with a guy that wants to argue with her. What woman wants to be around a guy who's argumentative? That's feminine. That's feminine energy. You want a guy with feminine energy to be in a relationship with. You want a guy who talks as feminine as you, who acts as feminine as you. I don't care how much tattoos he got. I don't care how much in these streets he is. If he's displaying feminine energy, he's not a man. He's a male. There's nothing manly, there's nothing masculine about going back and forth with a woman. Because you have females who are very toxic. They like that. They enjoy that. They enjoy going back and forth with a man. They enjoy putting hands on them. It reminds me of the female Ari who's dating Moneybagg Yo. I've talked about her a few times. She's the epitome of a toxic female that likes to argue with the dudes that they're with, put hands on the dudes. Every dude she's been with publicly, she's put hands on. Every one of them. Because she is the representative of somebody who's very insecure and is very toxic. But these dudes, now them dudes eventually leave her. But the fact that there are guys that find that attractive, why? You like a feisty female? There ain't nothing wrong with wanting a female who has some feistiness in her, but let her use that energy elsewhere, not use that energy towards you. But you got these males who have all this feminine energy. They're not masculine. They're not alpha males. They can think they are, but they're not. No real man is arguing with no woman. I guarantee you. And that's why a lot of these modern females are single. That's why you have a lot of these modern females that can't keep a man. They're too busy trying to argue and bicker with these guys. That's why they can't keep a man. This is why they're struggling. This is why they're seeking advice wherever they can get it. Because you're attracted to males with feminine energy, and you know you are. You like to be the masculine one. You're not gonna say it, but that's true. This is why you have these women that will embrace feminism. This is why you have women that will embrace the independent woman role. I don't need a man. Yes, you do need a man, because if you're doing everything on your own, it's gonna destroy your femininity, and you're not gonna be able to attract that man that you want, that higher valued man that you want. You're gonna be too busy, right, chasing behind dudes that really don't want to be with you like that, but because of your mind state, you're taking care of him. He's living off you, and you're good with that because you saying, well, he's not dealing with nobody else, he's with me. But what you understand is these guys will find ways to deal with other women, and there's really nothing you can do. You're getting into these situationships that you think are relationships, but they don't last because your mind state is of toxicity, and you want somebody that you can go back and forth with. You basically want to be in a relationship with a woman who has the outward appearance of a male, but you want that feminine energy to go back and forth with. This is why you have women that will call dudes out their name, try to emasculate them, because deep down they have this feminist mind state, and they have no respect for men, and they definitely don't have respect for the males who stay in relationships with them, even though they emasculate them, even though they disrespect them, even though they argue with them. They don't respect these guys. I would never want to be in a relationship with a woman who wants to argue with me. That's not normal. I don't care what nobody say. It's not normal to be in a relationship with a woman who wants to argue with you all the time. That is what you call toxic. I wouldn't want any part of that. I really wouldn't. I would not want to have to deal with that on a day-to-day basis. And the fact is that you have a lot of these modern day females who are very toxic, unfortunately. I think it's due to the upbringing, not having a father figure, a male figure in their life that actually cared about them, because every man they ever dealt with growing up just used them, right? And they just never were able to get the help they needed. So they go around carrying this chip on their shoulder when it comes to men. And they don't want to be with a guy who actually has some self-esteem, a guy who has his own. He don't need a woman, because she feels like if she can't control the situation, what's the point of being with the guy, right? Now, I saw in the comments, there were people saying it's a young people thing, right? They said that she's thinking this way because, this is how younger people think. They want to say that only young millennials or Gen Zers think like that, right? Now, young Miami is 26 years old, and I can tell you, and I believe she has 2 children. I can tell you right now, you have a lot of Gen Xers who act just like these millennials and these Gen Zers. There's really no difference. Have you been on Instagram? Do you see all these women with adult children trying to do OnlyFans? Having dysfunctional relationships. Look at LeBron James's mama. So it's not just a young people thing. What you have is a female thing. You have a lot of wayward women, all right, who are broken, who have raised these generation of women, right? They've raised these generation of women now, these Gen Zers or even millennials, to be how they are now. So we can't just say it's a young people thing. Toxic relationships have been going on for quite some time. I think only now is being praised. Like scrippers. Scrippers are being praised now. Scripper culture is being praised now, right? That's why you have all these women hopping on OnlyFans. Again, I don't care. They can do whatever they want to do. But I'm just saying what is being praised now. So no, I don't think it's a young people thing. I think it's a problem where this society is elevating the worst of us, male or female, in order to turn everything on top of his head. And this basically proves it.